Kirsten, firstly, thank you so much for agreeing to do this. Before we start, actually, why don't you share what it is you do for anyone watching this testimonial?
Sure. So I work in the financial consulting space, and I help mostly corporate professionals and business owners to have a clarity in their personal finances with agile strategies to fight time loss and taxes.
Fantastic. We connected probably several months back now. What would you, and you were doing very well in many regards, but what would you say you needed help with prior to us starting to work together in the Accelerator?
I would say that communication was one of the biggest gaps in the way that I communicated with others and just coming across, and the language. Definitely language and tone. While I was getting pretty solid engagement, I wasn't seeing that reflect in terms of a business.
This is the interesting thing. You're very representative of many people who join who aren't at the ground floor. They're like, I'm actually generating this fabled engagement that's meant to fix all problems. But like, what's beyond the engagement? How do we get people to actually take more action? I'd like to hope you feel I've taught a number of things, but is there anything in particular that you feel you've really learned from being in the Accelerator and from teaching for me directly?
Yes. So one of the things that I really found very, very intriguing and beneficial of working with you was a personalized support in terms of my industry and my niche, and understanding about the way that I position myself in communication, because I realized that in order to have a certain perception, there were certain things that I needed to shift and change the way that I communicated with clients, and also to help grow my confidence as well.
That's huge then. Would you mind sharing a bit more on what really changed to get the confidence up then? Was there anything in particular that made you start feeling a bit more like, do you know what, I really got something here with what I'm doing and I can really get some results?
Yes. So I would say that by learning how to shift and create engaging content, not just content that would resonate well with an audience, but resonate well with people that were looking to work together with me or partner with me. Before, I had a fear of knowing how to communicate, and I felt I was kind of afraid of almost coming across as pushy or irritating. However, later, by learning how to communicate properly, I felt a much different results, and even just the principles and understanding who's reading the message and what they're missing out by not working with us. I was able to apply these principles to actually different social media platforms and grow the business as well.
Fantastic. Well, let's hone in on that, just kind of drawing it to a close, because pretty much the main frustration I encounter is people saying, I'm getting engagement and I believe the right people looking at me, but it's getting them to take some kind of step in my direction so that we can begin the process of having a conversation and closing a deal, perhaps. Is there anything about what you produce content-wise on LinkedIn that you fundamentally feel you've changed and has started getting that result where people actually come in your direction and essentially make themselves their own warm lead for you?
Yes. So in terms of the communication and the questions that people have, they start to identify more with certain struggles that they're having or certain areas that they feel are relevant to them. And because they're being more understood, now they feel there's an area that they need improvement with. And to share an example, like before, my content, I think at most it would generate just like a few questions, a few inquiries a month, and now the difference is that is becoming and transitioning more to per week. That's definitely one of the great transitions and shifts I've seen.
So more leads is a great outcome then. Have you had any conversions though? Because this is the ultimate thing people ask. It's like, yeah, but am I just going to get more people paying attention or showing up and looking at my content? Are you making money from the stuff we teach you here in the Accelerator?
Yes, I am. And to share the effect of just one of the content pieces that I shifted, it was different. I used to think I had to produce a certain type of content only to generate leads, and I learned it was not actually about the type of
Which saved you a lot of time, I think, as well, probably.
Yes. And actually, from after that piece of content was shared, from one week to another, 5 clients came on board to my consulting practice.
Amazing. I'm so pleased, because I remember when we first met, if I may, there was an element of frustration about the results you were getting, but weren't aligned with what you deserved, I believe. And it's nice to see that starting to shine through as well. Just to finish, there's a lot of people on LinkedIn needing help with conversion. A lot of people in that bracket who make content as well. What would you say to these people who, if they're considering working in this accelerator?
Yes. So it is like going to if you walk into a gourmet restaurant, it is like exactly having a chef walk next to you side by side and actually design a meal that is custom to your dietary needs, and show you how to maximize the benefits of that. He actually walks with you along this path and shows you very, very custom, very, very detailed, and shows you how exactly for your client base, how you can get the results that you're looking for. And he will also point out all of the blind spots that you're needing, which is for me very priceless, because you only know what you know. You don't know what you don't know. So
that's so true. Thank you so much, Kirsten. I really appreciate it. And I can't wait to see more of the wonderful success you're getting. It's absolutely brilliant to see the uplift in results for you. It's just been exciting to watch. So thanks so much for that. I really appreciate it.